big day in the history of the sport in itself, cricket, and of course women's cricket. IPL is about to start with Women's Premier League, sorry, is just about to start in 30 minutes. First, tell me, Shuhan, have you really believed it even now?
It's actually such a golden moment in Indian sport, and as you said, it's not just about women's cricket. It's about the sport in general for a healthy ecosystem and betterment of the sporting world, which will help not only these young cricketers, budding cricketers, but the next generation as well. And it's a great step. We saw the entertainment, we saw the performances by Kriti Sanan, AP Dillo, and then other Kiara Advani,
Yes.
newlywed Kiara Advani, and it was so good to see Bollywood again mixing up with cricketers, but this time not only men cricketers but women as well. So a great start to this, and now hopefully Mumbai versus Gujarat. It's a battle between two of the biggest businessmen in India. To battle between two of the greatest player cricketers which India has ever produced, Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami. Battle between two top players,
Cutting you
Harmanpreet
in
Kaur
between,
and
Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami, I would say the world has produced.
the world has produced absolutely. So it's a landmark day for Indian women's Indian sports culture. So excited to what this match Gujarat versus Mumbai has to offer for us. So yes, Trisha, looking forward to it.
Let's straight away now dive into, because we have spoken about the emotions, the crowd. No, sorry, I have to really talk about the crowd. We were
Right.
just watching the opening ceremony together.
Right.
The stadium is packed up, for everything. Shubhan, honestly, for everyone and everywhere,
Just to stop you, Gujarat Giants have won the toss and they have opted to field first.
I would say expected.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, the crowd, just how good was it to see the stadiums full, and you have to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
So people bought tickets.
Yep, and that's the best part about it. First, out of the first four matches, three are already sold out. I guess the third match will also be sold out. Third match will also be sold out in some time. So it's a great start, and with BCCI giving free tickets to women's and girls, and as you said, men are buying the tickets. So it's a great start, and hopefully by the time we'll hit WPL season 5, season 6, season 7, season 10, we'll see the ticket prices at the same level. We'll see the enthusiasm at the same level when the guys will come from their office and tell their family, let's go and watch a match. We have bought a ticket.
Absolutely. Now, getting to the match, Gujarat, as you just said, Gujarat has won the toss and decided to field first. What do you think about the decision? Because you have obviously covered a lot of cricket in that ground.
So I was going through the pitch report by Anjum Chopra, and she said the boundaries are very short, 48 meters in one side, 65 in other. So 48 meter is nothing. I mean, for a Harmanpreet Kaur, it would be like just time the ball and it will fly. So less than 50 meters, it's an interesting thing, and that is why I think Gujarat have opted to field first. They want to see what the pitch has to offer, how the other team is going after their shots, whether they are targeting the shorter range of the field, whether they are playing according to the merit of the field. It remains to be seen, and cheesing is obviously easier in T20 cricket. So I think that's a sensible decision according to me. But there's a bit of controversy also going on in terms of Gujarat Giants, and we have to talk about it. Deandra Dotting being replaced, and Deandra coming out and saying, "I'm not injured." Hello, what's happening? What do you have to say about it?
Well, I think a few things. First of all, why would a team bid for a player if they don't want to, have that person in the squad? Because you always have nobody is sitting with a gun on your head and saying you have to go and bid for DeAndre Dottin.
Right.
So definitely Gujarat Giants wanted to go for DeAndre Dottin, and if you see how the auction went, Gujarat was the first one to bid.
Right.
Then Delhi bid for Dottin.
Right.
Then Gujarat bid for Dottin, and
Right.
that's it. 60 lakh Dottin was sold.
Right.
So it's not like any other team was interested. Delhi showed a little interest, but they didn't go on with the bid. So
Right.
Gujarat definitely had Dottin in their ranks. Now, what exactly transpired between the player and the franchisee? They will know. The other point is, which we were discussing, which I asked you thrice, because mm, is I'll ask again for our viewers. So Shubhan, tell me something. if I am Gujarat Giants,
Right.
and for whatever reason,
Right.
I have had issues with Deandra Dottin, and I want to replace Deandra Dottin,
Right.
just for the sake of, a lot of people are saying, just for the sake of getting another Australian, I want to get Deandra Dottin out of the team. So Jaisha will and BCCI, not Jaisha. I'm saying BCCI will allow. Is that possible?
Right.
I don't have any reason.
Right.
Will you as BCCI just tell me it's okay? You want to change, you change. Is
Right.
that possible?
No, it is not because after you buy a player, unless and until he or she pulls out of the tournament, citing their personal reason or whatever their own reason is, or he or she has to be injured. That's the rule, and then the teams have to submit it to the BCCI technical committee,
So
and they
how?
will approve.
So suppose I am injured.
Right.
Do I submit the report? Does the team submit the report? How does it work? Do you have any idea?
So if you are injured, you will first confirm it to your team. Suppose, for example, Gujarat Giants, that I am injured. This is my medical report. My doctors have advised me a couple of weeks rest. I won't be available for this specific period, but I'll be available after that. Or I am entirely out of the tournament. A player cannot go directly to the BCCI committee because he or she is playing under a franchisee. The
Right.
franchisee is in touch with the BCCI.
Right.
So he or she will inform the Gujarat Giants franchisee. For example, I'm just citing the example, and then Gujarat Giants will inform it to the BCCI technical committee that we want this player as the replacement, who will come for the same base price as the player who was injured. So that is the thing. And another scenario is if Deandra had joined the Gujarat Giants camp and there were
And
medicals,
then
and there was
Then she
suppose
got
a scan came out and where it was seen that there's a knee issue or an ankle issue or whatever the muscle issue is, and then Gujarat say you are not fit to play, so we will
Correct.
replace you. So this is the thing. So these are the technicalities which we have to understand. But now it remains
We have
be
to
seen,
wait
what
for
Gujarat
Gujarat's
Giants-
statement.
Today is,
at point
today is a
one.
match day, so I'm not
Absolutely.
expecting any sort of
Absolutely.
statements from them. But maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, it remains to be seen. But yes, some interesting comments coming from Beth Mooney and Harmanpreet Kaur. Beth Mooney saying, looks pretty even with the grass. It's a hard and flat surface, so plenty of runs here. And we can pass it to three seamers and four spinners. That's their combination. Harmanpreet Kaur we have some young players who will be featuring in this match, and we are looking forward to see them take the field against all the big guns.
See, I think Mumbai and Gujarat. The biggest difference that I have noted in the team structure, I'm
Right.
saying, Gujarat Giants, more like Gujarat Titans. The
Right.
comparison, of
Right.
course, comes in.
Yeah.
Has concentrated on all rounders. Like they almost have, if I'm not wrong, 10 to 11 all rounders
Right.
out of the entire squad.
Right.
Whereas not only Mumbai, I think most of the teams have gone for a few all rounders and
The specialist
specialists.
Ah.
What do you think is the correct approach?
I think that's a very good approach to have plenty of all-rounders, and we have seen that that approach from some of the top men's team like Australia, England. They are packed with all-rounders. Now, even India is looking forward to bringing more multi-skilled players into their setup, so that they can use them well. Okay, if you are specialist bowlers, for say 3 bowlers are giving you 12 overs and a couple of spinners are giving you other 8 overs, you need not use the other your 7th bowling option or an 88th bowling option, but it's always good to have options available for you. So it's, I think that's a great start, and it is a good template which will be followed by many teams in the next auctions when we see in the WPL that they will be eyeing for all rounders. And right now, the domestic Indian cricketers, they are sort of an unknown commodity. Even if they are an all rounder, for example, in Hurley Gala, she can bat, but she is seen as a specialist pacer.
Right.
Because you don't have that sort of research,
Right.
or they didn't have, to be fair on the franchises, they didn't have much time to prepare after the bids were completed for
Correct,
the team.
correct.
They didn't have much time between
To
that
gel.
bid process and the auction day.
Correct.
So a bit less research time, less analysis time, so it becomes a bit tricky. Now, all-rounders play a crucial role. Whether the Indian domestic players, for example, can go after a Beth Mooney being not a specialist bowler, that remains to be seen. That will be a big challenge for them.
Okay, now I will ask a trickier question to you. As they have said, they have gone with 4 spinners.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a very set standard in the head that because it's India, and we have also seen in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, it's the whole talk about spin. Do you think at times people forget the basics that
Right.
Probably in death overs, if you do not have good pacers, you're going to go for runs.
Maybe they are trying to take something out of Ashley Gardner. Maybe because I'll.
So you think the four spinners that she said includes Gardner?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes, definitely. I see. I think so. You can't. If there's an Ashley Gardner in the team, I'm saying 4 overs are booked for you. I'm not giving it to anyone else. But the thing is with spinners in women's cricket, what I have noticed, I have not followed women's cricket to be honest as you have done over the years. But one thing I have followed that the lack of power in men's cricket, anyone can smash a bowler and it will travel for a 80 meter, 85 meter six. But in women's cricket, due to the lack of that natural power and natural strength, the teams tend to go after the spinners like Poonam Yadav did in the 2020. Right. It was difficult to hit her 50 kph deliveries, 55 kph deliveries. That was the slowest I have seen any bowler bowl. So I think the teams want to do that. Teams want to take the pace off so that go. If you can hit a six of a 60 km per hour delivery, then you are most welcome to do that. But there are high chances that the players will get caught in on long off, mid wicket, cow corner, square leg, deeper.
With a 48-meter boundary, Shuman?
Even
Isn't
I
it
think
way too short? Like I mean, 48 meter.
But maybe the BCCI wants a
high scoring game.
Maybe they are expecting Harmanpreet or a Beth Mooney to someone to do a Brendan McCullum in this opening match. I'm still waiting for the playing 11s. That's something we have to struggle if we are not on the field. But yes, this is what it is.
Right. You have been mentioning Harmanpreet. Yeah. Harmanpreet didn't really have a good World Cup.
Yeah.
Last innings, she came back to form.
Yeah.
You think she's going to take the confidence from that?
I think so. More than the confidence, with bigger players, with larger than life players, I think the biggest thing is they want to silence their critics. We have seen over the years, not only in women's cricket,
right,
in men's cricket, also in other sports as well. We have seen Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, before that Maradona's. When the entire world has been against them, they have a point to prove. And when bigger players, the reputed players have a point to prove, they they take it personally. And when they take it personally, it becomes dangerous. And that is where I feel Harmanpreet Kaur has a point to prove. If she doesn't have a great IPL as a captain, then things will become tricky. And for example, I'm tipping this. In the very first live episode. We'll come back to this. If a Smriti Mandana wins a WPL with RCB, if a
you think she'll replace Harman?
Things will become trickier. I say Harman Sage is not on her side. I'm not against, to all my Twitter followers. I'm not against Harmanpreet Kaur at all. But I'm just citing because it's the start of a new thing, a new culture. Absolutely. where you will have a Virat Kohli as a captain, but you will again have a Rohit Sharma as a captain, ready to take. Okay, I have won 5 IPLs now. Don't give me. How can you not give me a India captaincy? Absolutely. That is what will happen. Smriti Mandana, if she can deliver the WPL with all the RCB backing, we have seen the fan base they have. All the RCB fans will come on social media and say Smriti Mandana should be the WPL captain. And that is where, the divide culture, maybe the divide culture in franchise, it's a reality, we should accept it, will come into play. Harmanpreet is already 34 now? 34, 35?
Yeah.
So, if Mumbai Indians finish last, if RCB finish first, things are going to get trickier, I think.
Well, I think Shubhan has made it tougher for Harman and Co. But anyway, who do you think will be opening the batting for Mumbai?
That's a tricky call. Let me take a quick. I'm still waiting for the playing 11. Unless I get the playing 11, I can't see it. Oh, okay, so we have Gujarat Giants' playing 11 is in Beth Mooney, captain. Wicket keeper Sabineni Meghna, Harleen Deol, Ashley Gardner, Annabelle Sutherland, Dayalan Hemlata, Georgia Wareham, Sneha Rana, Tanuja Kanwar, Monika Patel, Mansi Joshi. Monika Patel, I've heard she's a good bowler. And even Beth Mooney had mentioned Monika Patel specifically in her press conference as well. That I'm looking forward to see how Monika does. But this is a good team. It's a mix of Railways and Australia.
I think that's how they have formed the team anyway. Yeah. And actually, if you ask me, that makes sense because if you see, you have Railways coach, you have your Railways captain. That means they have spotted this talent. The Railways players, right. And of course Rachel Haynes has played with all of them.
Right. We have the Mumbai Indians playing 11 as well. Harmanpreet Kaur, Yastika Bhatia, Natsivar Brunt, Hayley Matthews, Pooja Vastrakar, Isabel Wong. They have gone for express pace. Humaira Kazi, Emily Kar, Amanjot Kaur, Jintimanti Kalia, Saika Isha. So they have
Saika
not
Ishraf, for people who are not aware, Bengal.
they have not played Dhara Gujjar or Chloe Tryon.
Yeah.
They went with express pace of AC Wong, and I think she's going to trouble a lot of, especially the Indian players. I think
Darcy Brown and EC Wong are less spoken about. Yes. They will be spoken about a lot in the future.
She clocks 120 regularly.
Darcy still has a problem of bowling a little wide, but my only problem is I'm talking to you, but in my mind the 48 meter is still kind of buzzing, because I just feel at times it makes it a little unfair on the bowlers, because a young bowler, forget about EC Wong, Darcy Brown, or Monica Patel, gets hit for 4-5 boundaries. And she thinks, oh shit, how bad am I?
Yeah.
The confidence is completely gone.
Yep, I think that is where the role of other key players, the international players, will come into play. They will have to take the player and tell them it's okay, it's fine if you're getting hit for a couple of boundaries or 3, 4, 5 boundaries. We have seen Prithvi Shaw destroy Shivam Mavi in that match. Five boundaries in an over. Yes. 24, 25 runs in an over. The match was done. But look at Shivam Mavi. He's playing for India now.
But I can also cite an example of a Kuldeep Yadav.
Yes, it happened. But again,
all over the ground, and now he has been performing. Yeah. But the trust on him is gone.
But again, he has made his complete effort to go back, play domestic for his Uttar Pradesh team, play IPL, whatever chances he's getting. Stay, wait, keep waiting on the sidelines and wait for his opportunity. Once the opportunity came, he picked up a wicket, he picked up a couple of games. It took some time to gain that momentum and confidence. And then 5 fours are coming, and now people are asking why Kuldeep Yadav is not in the 11. That is where these players, these youngsters, Wong will be probably going against 7 and Meghna, so that will be a challenge.
Absolutely,
an decently experienced player along with one of the most express pacers in that playing 11. It is going to be a cracking battle. But you had asked me about the opening pair from Mumbai Indians. I think it's going to be Yastika Bhatia and Hayley Matthews, or what do you say?
Yeah, I think it will be Yastika Bhatia and Hayley Matthews, because Harman, I feel it will be Yastika, Hayley,
Natsivar, and then
Harman.
Or maybe Harman can come bat at number 3 as well.
Didn't seem very interested in the one match, and I haven't really seen her promote herself.
But I think that's a good lineup. I still feel Mumbai Indians are a bit thinner, but a bit thinner according to the other teams compared. Gujarat Titans are a really good team, but let's take a look at what's the
important players. I would say let's take a look at the most important players. When I say most important players, in any game, and especially a franchisee game, important players will players are always the fans.
Right.
Can we ask our producer Shopnil to play the fan shots, and let's see.
You have wear Mumbai Indian T-shirt. You come to support Mumbai Indians. Yeah. So which player you have come to support?
I'm supporting all the teams, not one.
Oh, so who is favorite women's player of yours? Harmanpreet Kaur or Smriti Mandhana?
Harmanpreet Kaur.
Oh, so she is leading the MI. So
yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Cheers.
Chaliye.
We have. Well, fans are somehow I didn't see Orange Army. I saw blue.
It's in Mumbai.
Exactly. The home crowd, if there's possibility of home crowd, because it's just Mumbai.
It's home crowd. Mumbai is the home city.
We have Amit Shah at the ground. Let's see what is Amit saying. Amit, talk to us about the atmosphere there.
Women's IPL का आगाज बस चंद ही मिनटों में शुरू होगा. फिलहाल मैं अभी मुंबई में DY पाटिल स्टेडियम के बाहर खड़ा हूं. धीरे धीरे लोगों का तांता जो है वो स्टेडियम की ओर बढ़ता जा रहा है। आज शनिवार है, पहला दिन है, तो लोग जो है वो धीरे धीरे स्टेडियम की ओर अपना रुख कर रहे हैं। और क्यों ना करें, क्योंकि उनकी होम टीम यानी फेवरेट टीम मुंबई इंडियंस जो है उनका पहला मुकाबला है। आपने देखा कि लोग जो है वो फेस पर मुंबई इंडियंस का टैटू बनवा रहे हैं, ट्राई कलर भारत का बनवा रहे हैं। और यहाँ पर रंगारंग कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हो चुकी है ओपनिंग सेरेमनी की। कीर्ति सनोन, कियारा आडवाणी, शंकर महादेवन जो थीम सॉन्ग गाएंगे, और एपी धिलन जो है वो भी अपना एक कार्यक्रम पेश करेंगे। तो कड़ा मुकाबला, पहला मुकाबला है, ये यादगार जरूर हो सकता है। हरमनप्रीत कौर जो भारतीय टीम की T20 की कप्तान है वो मुंबई इंडियन की बागडोर संभालेंगी। एलिस पेरी टीम में होंगी। सामने गुजरात टीम है, गुजरात जायंट्स। कम नहीं आंकना चाहिए, गुजरात टीम भी अच्छी है। उनके पास भी कई ऐसे हरफन मौला खिलाड़ी हैं जो मैच का रुख पलटने में जो है वो बड़ी भूमिका निभाते हैं। तो बस अब इंतजार कीजिए, कुछ ही पलों में जो है वो ओपनिंग टूर्नामेंट शुरू होगी। तो मेरे पीछे आप देख सकते हैं लोगों को, मैं उनको बुलाना चाहूंगा यहाँ पर।
Well, Amit was talking about the atmosphere, which we know is electrifying. With electrifying atmosphere, you can make it more electrifying by some electrifying key battles. What are the battles you are really looking forward to? One, I know you have just mentioned Isi Wong and Meghana.
But I'm extremely looking forward to how the Gujarat Giants bowling lineup does against the Mumbai Indians batting lineup, because I certainly feel the lack of overseas pacer there will ultimately hurt them.
Gujarat Giants.
Hurt Gujarat Giants. Of course, they have Ashley Gardner and George Everham and other spinners. Neerana is a pretty decent. But the lack of overseas pacer, I think the lack of pace, lack of experience, I think that will hurt them a bit. And if for example, a Natalie Silverbrand goes after them, things can get a bit tricky. But from there, I'm extremely looking forward to watching Saika Ishaq, the spinner,
Absolutely.
that thumb spinner, how she does against these big players, especially against Beth Mooney. It will be a treat to watch. Let's see what occurs there. But your key players or key battles.
For me, the key players would be, of course, I would like to see a Isi Wong bowling to a Ashley Gardner. I would love to watch even Saika bowling to Ashley Gardner. Ashley Gardner, Beth Mooney. I think Gujarat for me has a formidable lineup because one of them can fill in. Even Sutherland can bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
So, almost everyone can bowl. And they have taken Beth Mooney and given her the captaincy, has given her the wicket keeping, and someone who has just won the World Cup.
Is not.
She will be high on confidence.
Yep, exactly.
A player of the match of a World Cup final. It's huge.
And if a Saika Ishaq can get her out,
think of the confidence that Saika Ishaq gets. Honestly, Shubhan, I am actually looking forward to the domestic players and how they do against the international players. That's the juicy contest.
Yep. And that's what this WPL is all about.
Absolutely.
That's what even when a Tara Norris comes in and plays against
oh, that will be awesome.
Her former teammates from England, that will be a battle to watch out for.
Absolutely. So, what are your predictions? Which team are you going for? Just say blue or orange.
I think Mumbai Indians will pick Gujarat Giants in this match.
While Mumbai, we have to wait for another month or so, or maybe more, for Gujarat Titans to pick Mumbai, or Mumbai Indians to pick Gujarat Titans. Here, Gujarat Giants will definitely get the better of Mumbai Indians. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
What are your predictions? Send us in the comments, and of course, join us for the post-match show every single day. We will be bringing you all the news, views, and of course our opinions on Women's Premier League at 9 a.m. in the morning, and then again just before the match we will have pre-show, and after the match post-show. Keep watching, and tomorrow all day long we have got a conclave full of stars all for you guys. Do tune in and keep watching Rev Sports. Keep yourself glued to Rev Sports, and put the notifications on. I am repeating again, when we leave, we will show you some more fans coming in. Thank you so much.